day, guys. This is Tikoi, also known as Richard, and we're coming back to you with a game as the Mongols. I just finished a game with Geriatric, tried a different few factions, trying to play 2v2 and 1v1, specifically with scouts, and showing you guys a scout rush and how strong or maybe overpowered they can be in the early game. So immediately you can see it's a little bit of a getting used to in the beginning to move your town center over. 6 villagers still idle here, trying to get these sheep to bind to the Khan here so they can actually follow him. You can see there we go, they start following him. So the Khan drops off the sheep at the town center, and the 6 villagers immediately goes for the Uvu, and from the Uvu onto the sheep. Now, some maps will favor that you can actually have the town center on a wood line and on a stone line at the same time. That is the perfect scenario. But if not, you'll have to get some wood to be able to, get a Uvu out and get that. Oh, Gur out, sorry. We do already have the Uvu to get the Gur out, so you can actually drop off resources on that Gur. So villager here has to go to wood. We just mismanaging a little bit. We just checking our Khan out. We have our town center bound to 2, the Khan bound to 1. And please remember to use your maneuver arrow so you can get that extra movement speed, so you can get the sheep and the resources quicker. And the goal here is to get to a food supply of food, sheep or berries as quick as possible, and then use these villagers on the wood. I didn't see there was actually extra sheep back here. I think that was just a mistake from my side. But we're doing a bit of long distance chopping so we can get these villagers on the wood there we go, got the sheep. But these villagers are there to get a Uvu out, a Gur out, and then use that Gur to get wood out so we can get 3 stables inside the influence circle of this Uvu so we can produce scouts. Not any other units, but scouts. We don't want early horsemen, we don't want lancers, we just want scouts. It's a light melee cavalry. It still falls under military as far as I understand. It says a light melee cavalry, so it is a military cavalry, but they're effective more at, like you can see, like with the Khan, scouting out the map, getting information. They're not really made for fighting. Very low damage. I think a villager has 6 damage, a scout has 4 damage as far as I remember. They can pick off wolves, they do extra damage against the wolves and so on. But we're getting these 6 villagers on the wood, and all other villagers are being redirected to food. So we have the 6 villagers with 100 wood there. We're bringing these sheep back, quite a lot of sheep, 9 sheep that we have right here. Now this sheep is very important. If you don't get sheep very early on, please do transition to berries or your deer hunts very soon. There's 7 deer back here. There's another one back here. It's basically an all-in. So we get the extra the first stable up. I'll just show you exactly what I do. So if you want to try and mimic it, all of these villagers are going straight to sheep. But we keep those 6 villagers on the wood so we can get the wood production up and get these stables up as soon as possible. And we do spot him out here. We do see he has a few sheep, picks up a 4th sheep right here. We leave him. We know that we already cleared this area, so he's not going to find any extra sheep there. So we use our Khan and basically go around the back of his base to find an extra few sheep, because we already cleared this area. We already cleared most of the middle of the map. So we're very comfortably on the sheep count ahead of what he has right now. He actually transitioned into berries first, which is a slower source of food than sheep, guys. Don't do that. Please do keep your berries as a secondary or last resort, specifically with the English. So he has the wood production, he has the houses, he has a little bit on the gold, he has military production right here. I don't know why, probably because he saw the stable scouted out, I'm not sure. But yeah, we are very comfortable right now, you know, scouting out the back of his map, trying to get some more information, and still training villagers. And now we're using the Uvu's upgrade. So if you press Y and then E, you can train these double scout productions. It's not single like what you have with the normal production, because you use stone that you can't farm with the Mongols. You can only get it from the Uvu, and through that you get the extra double production of scouts. Okay, so there is some really nice upgrades. You get the additional torches, increases the torch damage of all infantry and cavalry by 3. That's quite a nice upgrade to get if you're playing for the late game, but this is an early game all in. So you can see we have the 3 stables now combined on control 7. Rallied at the back here, you'll see the rally mark, so here at the back, trying to keep it out of line of sight of the enemy. We're scouting out for a bit more sheep here, just so we don't run out of food very early on. We pulled our villagers off of wood, so now doing a bit of long distance shopping again. Basically what we wanted was just the 3 stables. So now we have the 3 stables, they are rallied here, and the goal is 50 scouts and then your villagers, and that's what you're going to rush with. In the old days, when Age of Emperors was still new, people were actually able to place this town center right on top of the enemy town center, but they quickly got rid of that. You can see he does have the double barracks here. He does have the wood production, food production. Mongols are known to rush very early, so I think he was very scared of that. He's going for a second town center as far as I know right here. He has the towers out, so you can actually have some form of defense. So not a bad playstyle. Getting some information out after enemy it's cool. We move the gur over to the berries here because our sheep is starting to run low, and you don't want any villagers standing around waiting for a spot on a carcass. You can see we transferred some villagers over to the wood because we ran out of wood, and now there's a bit of idle time, sending them over to the wood line so we can get some extra wood up. Back to the food line again. But make up your mind, Tikoi. So yeah, we have the food production right here. We have 150 wood, and outpost is 100 wood. In the old days there were 70 wood, but they did give them a little nerf because people were rushing with these towers very effectively in the past. But yeah, villagers going forward now, building a gur, getting 9 villagers onto the wood line, because you want to be able to build a few outposts when you rush, and keeping this food production up as high as possible. And now we're sitting on 30 scouts, 15 villagers, and that's what we're rushing with, because 15 villagers can produce 3 outposts. We have these villagers getting the gold, the what do you call it, these villagers getting the wood that we need for these villagers to build an outpost, and these scouts are what we use to rush this enemy. Okay, so he does have the double barracks, no spearmen out. He does scout us out or see what we're doing, you know, from his perspective. He does see, okay, there's a big scout rush happening, there is villagers following, and no units being produced right there. He doesn't have the resources to do it, so he uses the archers to kind of start attacking these scouts, but they have 110 health. These villagers won't do a lot of damage against them. You know, they will do some damage, you know, but from our side, you know, that's 1 scout we lost there. He did not get the council hall up. We're using our villagers to train the outpost, like we said. And our goal is just to get down this town center. If the town center falls, he does. And 27 scouts still left. We were on about 32 when we started, 26. These 5 villagers inside there, 5 villagers inside there. We lost a few villagers trying to get them up, but that's fine. The reinforcements of the scouts coming in. And that's 30 scouts, guys. Just before, I know he didn't play the best as the English, but with all these scouts forward and these outposts picking off the villagers, we just focused on sieging down this town center. He could have repaired it. There we go. A few villagers going for the repair here. But the problem is with this low or this early in the game, there's a very high likelihood that you're also going to run out of wood. And once you run out of wood, the villagers stop repairing, like now. So now those villagers stop repairing, they just pick up these scouts more. 21 scouts left, no repair happening, and that's GG, guys. And that's the early rush that we're talking about. Very effective. A few spearmen would have probably changed this fight, but keep an eye on this. It is happening. I'm not sure if it's going to get fixed or changed, or maybe removing the siege from the scouts, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it is worth putting a video out there so you guys can see it in action. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have a nice day. Chat to you soon. Bye bye.